The foundation for multiple orgasms as a man and non-ejaculatory orgasms is opening up the microcosmic orbit. The microcosmic orbit is an energetic orbit that runs from the bottom of the perineum, so beneath the testicles, between the anus and the testicles, up and around the spine, all the way back, up to the crown of the head, and actually comes down to the top of the mouth. Then the front channel, so this is called the male channel or the fire channel. And then the feminine channel is from the tip of the tongue all the way down and around, back down to the perineum. So this creates an entire microcosmic orbit. And energy flows through this microcosmic orbit. The more that this channel is open and the more that you put your consciousness and awareness into this channel, the more it's going to expand, and this is where you're going to be able to experience multiple orgasms. I'm going to show you just a quick little routine that's going to lay a foundation for you to open up this microcosmic orbit. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Nicola Dawes and I help men master their sexual energy so you could become a powerhouse both in and outside the bedroom. Make sure you go to the description below and register for my upcoming webinar, Sex Mastery 101. All right, the microcosmic orbit. It's an energetic pathway. It's not just in the mind. Some guys are like, oh, I think it's just a mental technique. No, it's a tangible thing. If you've ever heard of acupuncture, this is what they're using. Acupuncture uses the energetic points. In yoga, it's called the nadis. There's 72,000 nadis, or energetic points or intersections in the body. Most guys have heard of the main ones, right? The 7 chakras. Or in the Taoist tradition, they use a little bit of different points. It's a little bit different for every guy because every body's different, but the general orbit is the same. So what you want to do is, first of all, you want to anchor your mind into your body. And then you want to do a few practices where you start to move energy. How do you move energy in your body? By moving the mind. Where the mind goes, energy flows. Whatever you focus on is going to expand. Most of our focus is out here, right? Porn, Netflix, politics, this drama, that drama. I gotta pay my bills, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Most people are energetically depleted because all of their focus is consistently out here. As a sexual alchemist, you learn to pull all that energy, all that awareness back into your body and keep it there. You'll notice just by doing this, you're gonna have more energy and your TPS, thoughts per second, is gonna start to reduce. As you reduce the amount of thoughts you have per day, you'll also notice an increase in energy. About 20% of your energy throughout the day is wasted on useless thoughts. Just constantly arguing with yourself, constantly, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Should I do that? What's next? What's next? All of that is a waste of energy. Your thoughts are energy. So the more that you can actually keep your awareness in the lower dantian. What is the lower dantian, or the solar plex chakra? It's your power center. If you take 2 fingers and you just go beneath the belly button and press right there, deep in your being. So imagine like if you had a wire going this way and a wire's coming this way, right at that intersection, deep in your being, deep in your body, that's where your lower dantian is. Now at first, you may not be able to feel it, but as you continue to practice, you're actually gonna feel it tangibly. It's gonna, like for me, it's like electricity, like almost like electrical current. For some guys, it feels like heat. For other guys, it's just like kind of a tingling sensation. So every guy is a bit different, again, depending on your disposition, depending on your body, all different types of things. But you should have a tangible feeling of it. At first, you won't have a tangible feeling, and that's where you're going to use visualization techniques to help you anchor your awareness there. So let's play a little bit with this lower dantian, and then I'll show you how to use it to open up the microcosmic orbit. So just imagine a ball of light. So you're using your mind to imagine a ball of light. Surround your entire body with a ball of light. You can give it a color. Blue is a more cooling color. Red is a more energizing color. And white is a neutral color. Now imagine that that ball is starting to compress. So as you breathe in, the ball expands. And as you exhale, the ball contracts. And every time it contracts, imagine you pulling in energy and pulling back your awareness. So you can use your hands to guide you. Now what you're doing is you're putting your awareness into this center point. And every time you're pulling you're exhaling and your ball is contracting, imagine that it's condensing into the lower dantian. Once you've got your awareness inside of you, so you're not thinking about anything else, nothing outside of you is there. Then start to take your hands and start to rotate it. So imagine that this ball is actually spinning. And as it's spinning, it's creating a friction or generating electricity, energy. You're breathing in. And you're breathing out. Now visualize a tube of light like a monorail coming out of the lower dantian and going down and around your genitals, down and around the perineum, around the anus, all the way up your spine, all the way around the top of your head and down the front to making an entire orb. Take your tongue and place it on the roof of the mouth, and what that does is it closes the circuit. That's why in meditation or yoga, often they'll tell you, take your tongue and place it on the roof of the mouth. It's like it closes the circuit, so now the energy can flow right around. Now as this ball is spinning, imagine that it starts to come out a little bit so that the ball is halfway out your body, half the ball is out of your body, and half the ball is inside your body, and it's rotating. Now through this rotation, you can visualize, and you can use your hands to guide you, that the ball is rotating, going down and around, coming up the back, the lower back, coming up the spine. So I can feel already the tingling. Because I practice a lot, my microcosmic orbit is open. You might not be feeling anything, but just keep practicing. Bring it up and around the head and down. And if you just consistently do this, one movement for 5, 10, 20 minutes a day, you'll start to open up your microcosmic orbit. Why this is important when it comes to non-ejaculatory orgasms and multiple orgasms is because this is the channel, the main highway that your energy is going to flow. So when guys have sex, generally, they're first of all very orgasm focused. So they're just looking to get off, right? Oh, I got to get off. I got to release this tension, or I'm horny now, right? But you miss so much pleasure. You miss so much buildup. There's so much dynamic there to work with. And if you're with a partner who's practicing, then they can open up their microcosmic orbit and you can actually exchange energy with each other. It becomes a very connected and blissful feeling. By yourself, it's better actually to practice by yourself before you bring a partner in, just because you want to get very in tune with your own body. As I mentioned, most of us are very disconnected with our bodies. This is for both men and women, but this is a men's channel. So, as you begin to move this around, And as you begin to have sex, as your microcosmic orbit opens up, what you'll be able to do is as you're having sex, you'll actually be able to draw with your mind's eye and through your breath, energy upwards. And what this does is instead of keeping all the sensations down at the genitals, the sensations begin to move up and it begins to feel that tingling all over your body. This is how your body becomes orgasmic, and this is how you have full body orgasm. Because what is an orgasm? An orgasm is a pulsation. Most of us just train that pulsation to then go outwards and ejaculate. But sexual alchemists, we train that pulsation to go pulse and go upwards. And this is where you can get into full body orgasms. Okay? Now, so this is just a very simple, basic practice. There's some foundational practices to help you open up. I have an entire training program that shows you how to open up your microcosmic orbit, how to use power locks, how to use your mind, subtle muscle control, how to strengthen your perineum so that it acts like a pump, and so that therefore you can pump, you can pump energy upwards. Okay, the foundation of all that is taught in the Sex Mastery webinar. So go register for Sex Mastery 101, where I'll show you all the basic techniques of this. And then if you'd like, you can go further and take my full program where you can learn how to have multiple orgasms, non-ejaculatory orgasms. You'll learn to last as long as you want in the bedroom. You'll be able to have a sex life and still retain your semen. So therefore you can have all that vibrancy and energy, put it into your life goals, and ultimately live a vibrant and healthy life. This is a nice introduction. Go register for the webinar and let's dive deeper into the practice. I'll see you inside the training, and I'll see you in the next video.